So, tell me again exactly what we're doing.
We're interviewing possible clients. If I relied on the police to supply all my interesting cases, I'd go insane. Plus, all the more interesting cases will go somewhere private before ever contacting the police.
Why is that? Wouldn't the police get all the really dangerous ones?
Not if the person who wants the case solved has something to hide themselves. Private detectives don't ask questions and don't make arrests, which means they tend to get cases of a more interesting nature.
Oh, that's just grand. My mom will love that.
Well, why do you bother filming these videos if it only gets you into trouble? What's the point?
I would never lie to my parents. They want to know what's going on in my life, and I wouldn't hide that from them. Besides, they'd find out anyway. Trust me. And I don't know. I like filming them. It's like, for the first time in my life, I'm doing something interesting, something important, but I'm doing it for myself. I'm not living up to anyone's expectations this way, and I like it.
Whatever floats your boat. Our first client is right out front.
So, I woke up this morning like I usually do, and I went downstairs to feed my 12 cats like I usually do. And I went downstairs, and I noticed Fluffy, and she was... Wait!
Just down.
Wait, what about Fluffy?
I don't care about Fluffy.
Wait,
I don't care. Wait, just go.
Alright, so I was talking to my mom last night, and I says to her, Mum, you can't go around the neighbourhood, for one, wearing this ski mask here, two, if I can get this out of my pocket now, this flashlight, or three, yeah, pantyhose, going around the neighbourhood because someone is going to...
Okay, that's enough.
Okay, fine, I'll leave.
Wait! Take your pantyhose!
Hey, fine!
I'm sorry, I'm really sorry. She's not usually like this. Have a nice day! That was thoroughly pointless. What?
I said, of course it was pointless. What did you expect?
I expected for you to be slightly less of a jerk and maybe take on one of the 37 clients that came to us.
Janae, this world is full of paranoid, idiotic people. It's going to take more than one day of interviews to sort through them all and find someone interesting.
But why does it have to be big? Why does someone have to be murdered or kidnapped or working for the Russian government for you to solve it? What about all the smaller cases we've solved?
Like what?
Like the stolen diamonds, the missing car, the runaway dog.
Boring. I just used those to pass the time. I was desperate for something to do. But now I'm even more desperate. I need something big. Maybe a secret message. Haven't solved one of those yet.
Be realistic, Sherlock. Who on earth sends secret messages anymore?
Look at this. Just look.
I can't when it's an inch from my face. What is it? It's stick figures that are dancing? So when is this new client coming?
Not until 3.
Well then, I will be in my room.
Yes, hello. I'm looking for Mr. Sherlock Holmes.
I don't know any misters around here, but I am Sherlock Holmes.
Really?
I think I have mental capacity to remember my own name.
Right, sorry, but you're Sherlock Holmes, the famous detective?
The one and only. Would you like me to take on your case or not?
Yes, of course. I just always pictured you as older and well...
A man? Typical. Come in. Holden, this is my assistant, Janae Watson. Janae Holden Cutt.
Pleasure to meet you.
Well, I'm sure you got my text, Mrs. Holmes, and I'm sure you're wondering about the figures. I mean, I'm wondering about the figures, that's why I'm here. I'm just trying to figure these out. I don't know why they're causing my wife Elise such stress and anxiety. She's not eating, she's not sleeping, and yet she insists that nothing is wrong. I'm just trying to figure out where these darn messages are coming from. They've just started appearing all over the home. Last week we found one in the garden wall, and this week, well, this morning, I sent you those messages, those figures that we found underneath the front door.
Tell me about your wife. Is there anything unusual connected to her that might have something to do with the dancing men? Anything that happened before they started appearing?
Well, yes, a couple things. One in particular, before we got married, during the engagement, when I proposed to her, she said she would only agree to my proposal if I wouldn't ask her anything about her past, and, well, I acquiesced and told her that I would indeed not ask her anything about her past. What else could I have done? I loved her, and I didn't want her to walk away on me. So, I agreed to her decisions. She said that it had nothing to do with some shame she had in her past, but it was just a precautionary safety measure. So, we married, and I've never spoke of it since.
How could you stand not knowing? How did it not kill you?
I've never been an inquisitive person, Miss Holmes, and I love my wife, and I followed her wishes more than maybe my own curiosity.
Right. So your wife has a dark, mysterious past that she is determined to keep hidden from you, and you don't find that at all suspicious?
I trust my wife, Miss Holmes, and I suggest you trust her too, especially if you want a case.
You said there were a couple unusual things you noticed. What was the second?
Well, a few weeks ago, she received a letter, a handwritten letter, from an address I didn't recognize. And when she opened it, she was absolutely terrified. Her hands were shaking, she was wrought with fear, and then she screamed. And then she grabbed the matches and burned the letter before I could get a chance to get it. And she insisted that there was nothing wrong. Since right after we received that letter, the figures started appearing all over the home. I'm just worried about my wife, Mrs. Holmes. I want to stop whatever is scaring her from scaring her, and to figure out what is happening and get to the bottom of this. You're my only hope.
Alright, I'll take the job, but I need to see every single example of these dancing men. Go home and take pictures of all of them. Every scrap of paper, every act of vandalism, everything you can find that seems at all out of the ordinary. And when you're done with that, I'd like you to invite me over for dinner.
Excuse me?
I need to see your home and speak to your wife. Tell her we're some students who are interested in interning with you or something. As a matter of fact, if anything comes up, it might be necessary for me to visit without invitation. Text me your address, won't you? And I'll have your mystery solved in a matter of days.
All right. Yes, of course. Thank you, Mrs. Holmes.
Not at all. Well, I suspect I'll be hearing from you soon.
Yes, of course. Miss Holmes, Miss Watson.
Well, you wanted a secret message, and you got one. What do you think of that? What? Sherlock! Why do you always mumble? Well, Mom and Dad, there you have another day in the life of Janae Watson. Now, I promise I'll stay safe, I won't do anything stupid, and I'll make sure Sherlock doesn't either. Everything here is just fine! I hope you're having a great time, and I love you. And to all the viewers, I just want to say thanks, and I'm still shocked that any of you care enough about my weirdo life to watch more than one of my videos. Some of you even come back for more. So, thanks again everyone, and see you soon.